I'm going to explain the game of soccer, otherwise known as football, in European countries. And there are 90 minutes in a game. It is divided into two halves. So the first half would be 45 minutes and the second half would be 45 minutes with a 10-minute halftime. And the positions are striker, and there is typically at least two players as strikers, sometimes three on occasion. The next position would be midfield, and there's usually a left midfield, two centers, and a right midfielder. And the last position would be fullback, and there are usually a left center and right. And then behind them would be the goalie, which is the keeper, to stay inside the goal the entire game to make sure the other team does not score. On fullback, there can be a sweeper and stopper. The sweeper is typically in front of the other fullbacks, and they're first to attack the opponent. And a stopper is in the very back, right next to the keeper, and they are the last defensive measure before the goalie. Before the game starts, the players talk to the rest, and they have a coin toss, and they choose between heads or tails. The home team typically picks, and the referee throws the coin up in the air, and if it lands on one of the home team calls, they get to pick which side they attack first. And if it does not, then the opposing team decides which they want to attack first. And the coin also decides on who gets the first pick. So once the players are out on the field and the game is ready to begin, the referee blows the whistle, and that starts the 45-minute halves. There are a lot of penalties that can be taken place, and the minor penalties are always referenced for a player by a yellow card, and if the referee has to pull it out, he waves it up in the air so that everybody can see it and everyone knows what happens. And a red card or a yellow card always indicates that the player has to get off the field for a few minutes, and the team has to play short-sided for just a couple minutes, and then they are allowed to put the player back in. Now, if the penalty is much more severe, you typically get a red card, which means you are out for the rest of the game and the next game. And that is only in drastic standards, but typically they do not come up. It's usually just yellow cards. And penalties are usually kicks. So if the penalty happens in the middle of the field, then the opposing team gets to kick the ball from that spot. And if there is a box by the goal, and if the penalty occurs in there, it is a direct shot just between the goalie and the kicker. There cannot be a wall of people trying to block it or anybody else in the box. It can only be two people, and it's a direct shot. After the whistle blows, after the second half, means the game is over, and the team with the most goals typically wins. And in leagues, that means their rankings can go up if they win. And if their rank is higher, it means they are one of the better players or teams in the league. And that is